I don't know, but we're fixing to go live. Hey everybody, this is the Bachelor Pad Radio, Facebook Live, and look who decided to show up. Well, if it isn't Mr. Oh, I was sick and I didn't plug my phone in, and somehow I must have rolled over on it, and I even had people who looked at the like, hey, so what's the site and whatever, and that dude's cool. I like that dude. I like the hat. There's just something about him. I'm like, he's also an asshat. He didn't show up last night, so you're a horrible judge of character. So I got that from.
I don't know how anybody would like me. That's terrible.
No,
decision.
you're not a very likable individual.
No,
so.
Absolutely not.
So
and I'm not wearing the hat, so.
Oh yeah, you are hat free. Not good, bro.
I feel naked.
I'm gonna go ahead and stretch the screen while we're doing everything. Yeah. All right. So, everybody. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, or the meteor in the room.
Right.
Dude, who knows what's going on in crazy meteor land? I don't know. It's kind of like breaking news here on the Bachelor Pad.
Right.
Doot. Guess what? Dude, Facebook blew up out of nowhere over the last, what was it?
Like half an hour.
Like half an hour. We're getting ready to close in here, and all of a sudden I see, actually, Aaron Waldron, he hits me with or not me, but just like randomly on his page, dude, what was that big boom all about? And I'm like, oh, balls, here we go, right? And I'm like, so we're all kind of joking,
North
like
Korea.
So I Google, boom in Romulus and whatever, right? Like, what's this big boom in Romulus or whatever? And come to find out, there's been a lot of big booms. Like every year or two, there's like an ongoing, big boom type thing, and that's what it's listed as. So of course I'm immediately going, what's this? Why do we have random booms? Is this some, this is something, kind of normalized? This is happening on a regular?
Well, I mean, I'll hit you with the one word. Aliens.
Yeah. Dude, I was calling that kid who was in here an alien. I was like, bro, look, no offense.
I don't know, man.
You happened to come in right after the big boom?
With the mod that he was running too, and he could have been one of those extraterrestrials.
Yeah, he very well could be. Yeah, that was a good trick. So
yeah, I know we're like poking fun of it right now, but there's probably someone running around Taylor right now going, "Where's my dog? Has anyone seen my dog?"
Yeah, where's everything? So
right, where's my house?
Okay, enough of us. So yeah, give me a minute. I got to do the sharing, everybody. Boom, the Bachelor Pad Radio. This. Why my phone? The Facebook's acting weird.
I mean, at least you have a phone at this point.
Yeah,
I don't
according
even know where mine is.
According to your what's up, Graham? So Graham was here for it. Graham was the he was like, hey man, what's going on? With this sound and whatever, and somebody's saying it's a meteor. Like Graham has turned into like my own personal like Walter Cronkite. He's like, hey, there's this, and he's like super fast at finding random stuff now. So it was kind of weird, but we figured it out and went, oh. Then we had those kids come in, and we were like, hey, what's going on with this? And they're like, dude, I thought it was lightning, and now everyone. But from what the firsthand accounts are, is this happened. They're saying like it may have hit somewhere downriver. That it's downriver somewhere. There's some firsthand pictures of whatever, and it looks like all of our vape mods with that with that distressed hypercolor look. Like, dude, that's pretty random. My first question in the way I tagged the show today was, the meteor, really? How did NASA miss that?
Right.
Dude, are we just like really not like, oh, it's probably fake news, we're not going to report it?
Right.
Like, dude, Michigan might get hit by a meteor tomorrow. Nah. Like one big enough that they're hearing it and seeing it in, like some people, like you felt it, right?
Yeah, no, I felt it. I heard it. And I only live about 5 miles away out here in Canton. So like, or from the shop, but I'm sitting on the couch and I heard it, and I heard it over. I was playing 2K and I heard it over the game. And I paused the game, and I was like, what was that? And normally I hear stuff, and I'm like, whatever. Somebody's lighting off fireworks, loud dog. But it was loud enough for me to be like, that was not normal.
Yeah. This is random. Like, I'm really geeked. This is some weird shenanigan stuff that doesn't happen every day.
What's up? Go drive out there.
What's up? Well, they need to tell us where it's at or what's going on with it right now. You know what I mean? But they're saying people either saw it or heard it or felt it in as far as like Southfield, Howell, Indiana, Ohio. Like, it's a real thing. What's up, Doug? Doug, what's going on, bro? We just got hit by a meteor, bro. I'm freaking out. This is how all the weird sci-fi movies start, man.
That's to be felt in like Indiana and Ohio. That's big enough that like you have to think NASA was just like, Taylor needs to be depopulated a little bit. We'll just let it happen.
Yeah. No, this is where we're like, okay, most of the stuff you guys say is kind of dicky, but then when we find out Taylor was completely, evaporated from the, the planet. Oh, balls.
That would be bad. No, it was probably, you know what it was, is it was the secret coalition of those darn Republicans. They were like, man, we got to wipe Detroit off the map and get all those Democrat voters out of here. And they just, their fake math wasn't very good.
Well, look, I'm not one to be too, nervous Nancy about stuff, but I will tell you right off the rip, I went, oh, balls. We had to joke about, Hawaii yesterday. And what would you do if you knew you had 30 minutes to live? And what, would you go to Baskin Robbins or would you just ask some stranger like, dude, you want to crank it out? Like, if we're going to die, let's try and sync that up to to an orgasm or something. Yeah. So this is kind of neat. I really hope some information comes out why we're still on the thing. Hey, Crute, did you hear, feel? And I know it sounds a lot like whoever smelt it dealt it with the meteor, but I don't know if that applies to meteors per se. But did you see it? Because you're up in, you're like East Side Johnny now. I don't know if you heard or saw the flash. I don't know, but Al felt it. So you're the only one with any firsthand knowledge. We were sitting in here. I didn't feel or hear anything.
I don't know. I don't know how you, because I'm not that far. I'm like 5 miles from you. So I don't know. Maybe the shop next to you is playing their music too loud.
you guys hate that, dude. That's awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong. It used to bother me pretty bad and pretty whatever. But yeah, not so much.
I mean, you can only hear it when we're doing the show and everything's quiet, but it is some thin walls here, man.
It really is. And the ceilings, like the walls aren't like full, separation. They're only up to a point, and then there's vacant space up there.
Oh, okay. And then you just got the drop ceiling on top of everything?
Mm-hmm.
Well.
All right, so let me see. We got any and you don't have a phone. So other than taking up space across from me, oh, dude, yeah, okay. So I have a question. If a meteor is so big it rattles windows and rooftops as it entered our atmosphere and was seen over several straits, don't you think a meteorologist would have known and be able to give us a heads up on the giant space rock hurling towards Earth, or is it aliens? War of the Worlds is coming to mind. Who shut down NASA again? That's right. I mean, we did privatize. Elon Musk was out at the club dancing the other day, right? He's probably got a banging hangover. So yeah.
No, but that's my question right there. And first of all, does a meteorologist know? No. Well, no, they don't.
Yeah,
because have you ever watched a weather report? Are they ever right? I would be more concerned if a meteorologist came on and said, "Okay, the meteor's going to burn up." I'd be like, "Great, it's going to impact." All right. But
so I wonder if it actually, I mean, something had to hit, but everyone's saying, a meteorite and a sonic boom heard over Michigan. So it wasn't like it was an impact like crunch, whatever, but it'd be interesting if it did. But even if it entered the atmosphere and we heard the sonic boom here, I mean, it could be as far north as, upper Canada or, anywhere, depending on
I got to think, I'm not an astrophysicist or anything, but I got to think that if we heard the sonic boom, it was coming almost straight down. Because if you hear the sonic boom, that means it's pretty much directly overhead. If I recall my flight classes from 6th grade correctly, And then if it lands in Taylor, that trajectory has got to be almost straight down.
Well, that is all speculative on the landing in on the landing in Taylor. But here's another one. Did anyone else's house shake a few minutes ago? And then somebody, hey, it's a meteorite. It was bright enough for people to see. Let's see. Bright enough for people to see as far as Kalamazoo, Northern Ohio. It's pretty crazy. Twitter's blowing up about it. The huge light did change the sky. That I did see. I watched the video of it, and it was pretty ballin'.
So what is up with Michigan though? Why does this stuff happen so meteorite this year? Last year we had thunder snow, if you remember that. It was snowing outside, and then it started thundering while it was snowing, and nobody could explain that. Now we've got a meteor that should be big enough for. I gotta assume we've got some sort of futuristic laser thing to blow up meteors before they hit the Earth. I don't know. I know we've done experiments of like flying spaceships toward big enough meteors and planting nuclear bombs on them to break them into chunks that are small enough to burn up in the atmosphere, but
yeah, wow. Well, this is kind of neat that what the hell is that big ass boom noise? I heard it was a meteorite. Anyone know? A lot of people are saying it was. So this is kind of random. Imagine Clinton 2 was watching Hannah Montana. Great. That's good. So yeah, dude, just crazy.
Now, do we have any confirmation from any like official that it was a meteorite, or is this all speculation?
No, the flash in the sky and everything. I don't know any. Like, I literally, Superman has arrived. nice job, Sarah.
Right when we need him most.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, this is kookiness, man. But just imagine, dude, Facebook is really funny right now. The Meteor Man, every old movie that had to do with coming into.
Is that Eddie Murphy?
No, I don't even remember the dude's name, but yeah, we're working.
He's got the Eddie Murphy goofy smile going on.
Oh, so all the news channels are starting to, but I wonder, hey Graham, you're our field reporter, buddy. So let me know if anyone's actually talking about it. And I think CBC. So everyone's starting to chime in about it right now. Just if you get any clarification of what they actually say. Let's see. Oh, here's a video with it from the news.
I want to show you the video that we have, because I think we may have video that we have two different videos. One shows the actual, we think maybe bolide. But we have video from a home security camera that shows that it may have been actually two different balls of fire. So if you can get online, I'd like you to see this. But Kim, I wanted you to see this too.
I can tell you, actually.
Go ahead.
I saw it personally.
Okay, tell me more, then I want to hear.
Yeah, so I was out for a run. I kind of got home late. I went out for a run, and I was running through the neighborhood here in Okemos. And all of a sudden I saw the sky brightening, and I look up, and there's this beautiful meteor, the biggest one, brightest one I've ever seen.
Wow.
I saw it descending in the sky, and then it broke up into pieces, and then those pieces faded. But it definitely broke up into several pieces, at least 3 pieces.
All right. Okay, well, I want to show that video again, John. And if you don't see us, that's fine, Mark. But I'm going to describe to you what we have on our screen here, because this is spectacular. We're looking at a home security camera and a car sitting in the driveway. The car is sitting there, and you see.
Yeah. No, there's some real footage and whatever. I love that, the news is completely like everyone. Nobody knew it was happening. How could something of that size, I thought we used to pay attention to
we track these things, don't we?
You would think
part of like the whole NORAD Cheyenne Mountain Complex deal of checking and making sure that there's not a giant meteor that's going to wipe out all life on this planet. And
maybe they were like, well, I mean, it's big. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to, it's not going to, completely.
I want to hear the military because the military is going to come out with some statement on it, and it's going to be absolutely stupid. It's
Well,
going to
what
be
was-
like, well, it was a weather balloon that got ripped in half.
Well, it was kind of funny because as soon as everybody started talking about it or clowning about it, I went, "Oh, dude, balls." Right? What if that was, what if it was some kind of an attack or
Right.
whatever, and I was like, balls. Of course, I would be at work, right? I'm sitting here at work and all the doomsday ideas of, oh crap, I got 30 minutes to live. What am I going to do? Like, I can't make it to the nearest strip club and get one knocked out. You know what I mean? There was no nothing to do. Like, I would have been like, balls. So don't get me wrong, 30 minutes I could have made it, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, 30 minutes and getting one knocked out.
Well, that would have been if anyone would have warned us. Like, hey,
Right.
the world's going to end in like 10, 15 minutes, right? But they didn't. They just,
Like, do
did
you-
anyone see that giant ball in the sky? Have we? Now, look, I see the dumbing down of America and a dumbing down of a lot of things that we deal with. But I was under the assumption that the fact that, we did have NORAD and NASA and all these agencies that would kind of hip us to, that's what all the movie with Bruce Willis and all that, where you had to go up on the asteroid and, the damn Steven Tyler song and all that crap. Like, somebody, is supposed to be hipping us to this, dude. You shouldn't have giant fireballs making it through our atmosphere and us not knowing.
And it's going to come out that it's like, so like yesterday with Hawaii, right? Oh, somebody clicked the wrong button and everybody freaked out. And it's going to be the same thing, right? It's going to be, well, we tried to hit our warning button, but we accidentally clicked the don't warn button, or we ordered Chinese food to the underground complex instead of warning the world that a meteor is going to strike.
Yeah. Yeah, really trippy. I mean, it's a bit unsettling.
So,
Or have we just focused everything on pointing over at North Korea? Like, no. All those things that we got pointing out into space, dude. When's the last time we had like a giant space rock? Right? Who does this?
yeah.
We
We're
got to worry
wasting
about
money.
we got to worry about that guy over there, right? And just
You
see
know-
what him and Rodman are up to. Let's just point all of our stuff that way.
That honestly wouldn't surprise me if they came out now, if they would ever be honest, if their honest deal was like, yeah, well, we did have all these satellites searching for these things, but we reconfigured them to search for missiles being fired at us because our president likes to piss other people off. So we decided that would be a better use of the money, and oops.
Yeah. I mean, however many millions of years ago they said the asteroid came and got the dinosaurs, right? We've still got a couple clicks left
Right.
on that.
And I
Oy.
mean, look, if that asteroid's coming for us, there's not a whole hell of a lot we're going to do, so yeah, we might as well not worry people.
Yeah, and Jason threw out the once a year car size one does hit somewhere. That's cool. Just not Michigan. What are we
Yeah.
doing? We're not messing with anyone. We got the car. We got
Right.
the North American, auto show going. We don't need this kind of bad press, bro. Come to
That's-
Michigan, gonna get hit by a giant meteor, and no one will tell you about it either.
That's the kind of stuff that happens in like Alabama, right? Because they are crazy out there. You go to Alabama and you go down to one of the trailer parks there, and it's just destroyed by a tornado. And you're like, what are you going to do? And we're going to rebuild.
Yeah, or Tornado Alley in Oklahoma and everything.
Right.
Yeah, they seem
You're like,
to
you've been hit by a tornado 3 times this year.
in the exact same spot. How
you
about
think
you
maybe
move?
you should move? No, we're going to rebuild.
Maybe 2 miles to the south.
Right. Just move your shed. It's a trailer. It has wheels.
Yeah, you could just move it on down the road.
And it's always, you ever see like a tornado? Now, I know we had one here in Michigan a couple years ago that went through a pretty nicer neighborhood. But for the most part, these like category 5s, they like pick out the trailer parks. They like bounce around trailer park to trailer park. They don't go out and just take out Al Gore's house in Tennessee. It's like, we'll just skip right over that nice place, and we're going to go hit the people with no money to rebuild.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of, well, this is good. This is kind of groundbreaking. This is our, we were actually on it like before the show started. Like I was
Right.
like, oh, balls. That'd have been great. Let's get right on. And, doot. Because before we had came over and actually, set up and turned everything on, we had already started sourcing info from regular people.
Yep.
There wasn't news sources or anything. So yeah,
Well, this
we could have
is-
been first.
This is reality radio, man. This is it. We are right on top of it. We are living in reality.
And you know what? I really kind of wish I would have seen it or felt it, right? I think both of those experiences. Now, all I'm
Right.
thinking about are my dogs sitting there, and then a giant light and a boom, and those
Yeah.
two are probably flipping out. Shadow doesn't do well with firecrackers, let alone a sonic
Oh,
boom.
man.
So I'm gonna go home and deal with. I'm gonna have to do a lot of petting when I get to the house. Okay, so yeah, so that's about it. I'm not seeing any more breaking news. Anything more than I think all of us kind of worked out amongst ourselves on Facebook. And now this is kind of a weird thing. We are literally looking at live events happening, and we can talk about it faster than news sources.
Right. Can get to it.
Actually, Aaron Waldron was the first person to what was that big boom, and ground shaking in Romulus? Like, what's up? That was the very first thing I saw, and then things started, factoring down and filtering down. So,
And I think as we go along, we'll probably get some really slow trickles of information coming out, but
yeah. And Graham, supposedly the Weather Service confirmed it was a meteor. What's up, Mr. Houghton? I did send a message to to that individual that you had talked to me about earlier. So I did shoot a message out, and we'll see if the individual gets back to me. But I did reach out just before going on the show tonight. Yeah. So, and speaking of that, right? I guess we'll get off the meteor. Like, we're going to give the meteor a complex. Like, I'm probably being insensitive to the meteor.
right.
Right.
Well, the meteor did not ask for this kind of attention.
That's right.
Okay.
I'm objectifying this meteor.
Yeah. How
right?
dare you?
No, ma'am. It is not okay the way I'm talking about this meteor. Okay, we had a topic. On Friday? Did you see the whole news situation with the active duty Marine? Somebody came to his house.
Yeah.
And that whole thing. And I know you're not a big Facebook guy because you don't actually have one.
Right.
And so I saw the father had a video, and he kind of went over with having the police report and reading off of what the police report said and kind of acted it out and gone through the whole process. At first view, everyone is up in arms, right? Going,
Sure.
Wait a minute. So this individual was at home, had a few people over, and he's got an infant child and all this. So they're at the house, whatever. One person there, a female, decides to leave. I don't know, either wasn't getting along, didn't do whatever. She leaves. She calls the boyfriend. Boyfriend comes. I guess tries to gain entry into the house. There was gunshots exchanged, and it was weird because the news got it a little backwards. Because at first they said that the Marine had shot an intruder trying to go into his house, and then ironically there was somebody trying to go in his house, but it was the actual Marine who was in his house that was shot in the hip.
Right.
So you look at it, right, and you give it a day or two, and everyone goes, "Oh, okay, well that's crazy, right?" A bunch of gun people are like, "Damn right, protect your house and do whatever." Then you've got I don't even know what other people you would have at that. It's your house, right? What are you doing? Well, then the news reports that he's being held on like four or more felonies, and I get it, right? I did some of the math. I would have liked to have had a somebody in here who's a gun advocate who knows all the gun and the CPL laws
Right.
and all these things. So I guess part of it, the initial charge or whatever, is that. If the individual, what is the first thing any of these, the gun rights people say is, hey, you better make sure if you shoot them and they're not outside the house, you better drag them in the house.
Right.
Because if not, you're in trouble, right? So I guess that's the magic,
Yep.
threshold. So
it's kind of like when you steal something from a store, you haven't actually, it doesn't matter what you've done unless you actually walk out of the store with it. You can try to break into a house, but you haven't actually broken in until you're in the house.
Okay. Yeah. So, I can see that being one, but that still seems a bit, I don't want to say trumped up, but okay, somebody comes to your house and, does this, and okay, they're shooting at you, you're going to, exchange gunfire, right? I think
Sure.
that's the way it's done in the movies. Heaven forbid somebody who's in the military, right? So somebody who's in the military and is trained to do this, I'm sorry, just out of knee-jerk reaction, boom, 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 you've got a sidearm or you've got a gun handy, whatever. And I think there may have, and there were a couple other things in the house, but the main thing that most people are kind of like, what in the hell is happening? The individual that was outside of the house shooting and doing whatever, not charged, walking free.
Right.
The young lady that was there that called him, that did whatever, walking free. He is behind bars, and the dad is obviously visibly upset by it, and,
As he should be.
right. So it's interesting. There's got to be something more to this, and I just don't know, like everything else. When are we going to find out? Because it's
Right.
local. It's it's down the road. It's one city over. What and how, and one of the first things that comes to mind is I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6, right? That's one of those
Sure.
things. When you get put in a situation, sometimes your fight or flight mechanism, you need to do whatever. And look,
Sure.
we can go ahead and explain this out later on the on after everything's done.
Yep.
But
And it comes with owning a firearm, right? You own a firearm hoping that you never have to use it. In this case, he clearly had to use it. I mean, the guy was shot. Like, let's just put that on the table right now. He was shot. If I shoot somebody, I don't walk free, especially if I'm trying to break into that person's house. I mean, at the bare minimum, I'm getting assault with a weapon. At
Yeah.
the bare minimum. Now, for this guy to say, I have people in my house, I am currently under fire, and I'm trained to handle these scenarios, he did what he was trained to do. He took out the threat. The problem is that, and it's he's trained to do it, right? So in this exact same scenario, I'm not sure I get charged because I'm not trained to do it. I probably shoot somebody, they go, gee, you felt threatened. We have kind of a hair trigger with our military personnel. When they do something like this, it's like, oh, gee, is this a bigger deal than it is? In this case, I think it's not. I think he defended his family. I mean, he had an infant in the house. I don't care who you are, you're going to do the same thing.
Well, you know what I like about localized, what I like and dislike about localized media is as soon as I was typing. Uh-oh.
There goes an ambulance.
There goes the people with the Meteor. So with this, that totally broke my concentration. But
Yeah.
but as I was typing this in, and I went, hey, okay, Marine shoots intruder, blah blah blah, or is shot in whatever. And dude, a list of things came up on Google, right?
Right.
Like, dude, a huge list, like in this area, San Antonio, Oklahoma, boom. So it's kind of weird that this seems so like shocking ish for us. Like,
Right.
What is this? What's happening? But dude, I Googled it just to see if I could find out any more information. And dude, there had to have been 9 to 10 different things that popped up in that same realm.
Right.
So yeah, it was kind of trippy, but I'm no, Pink Panther or, Inspector Clouseau, I'm not Sherlock Holmes here, but there has to be something more to this because
Right.
the police and the military are generally, kissing cousins, right? And they're going to look out for, this person, this scenario.
Generally, yeah.
So the fact that all this would happen, and it's kind of, there has to be something that we don't know, or that all of us aren't being told, possibly the family, and I
Now,
did.
There were also other things found in the house, though.
That's what I heard. Something about prescription pills in somebody
Right.
else's name.
Yeah, and I think that might be a big part of it, is that if you have prescription pills in a house and the name on the bottle is not anyone living in the house, that makes it an illegal narcotic, and now there's a whole list of problems there. You've got a firearm with drugs, which is definitely a felony, and now you're discharging the
Yeah,
firearm.
but what is it,
and-
Prilosec, or is it whatever? You know
right.
what I mean?
Is it is it Viagra, or
Yeah,
is
right.
it like Oxy?
Yeah.
I mean,
So, and these are some of the things we don't know, but you would have to think that big ball, little ball, big sin, little sin,
Sure.
in whatever manner you're going to look at it. That okay, cool, was this here? And if you take in a toxicology, were you under the influence, right?
Right.
Were you under the influence of this? Who was that? I don't know. My buddy was here last week and he left it in his duffel bag, right? There's just a lot of things, but I just don't see the amount of felonies, a U.S., service member, random people walking up to your house. Now, I told you I had an issue with a friend of mine who, had some trauma in his family, and somebody had passed away, and then one of the family members came there and was like, nope, I live here. And he said, no, you don't. You have a residence there, and
Right.
wouldn't leave. And what the police force could actually do and what they
Right.
couldn't do. And we're like, oh, well, you're kind of whatever. We're like, what are you talking? Dude, they don't live here. And they, well, I mean, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You contact an attorney, or you contact a lawyer or anything like that. It's totally, it's totally different. So, even in this scenario, like, I don't know, it's baffling. But what I had somebody contact me today. And when they contacted me today, they said, hey, I don't know if you've heard about this, which of course I did. And, and I don't know how I felt about it, just because I don't feel all the information is here and viable. So the only thing I think that I could do along with the family is to give them a chance for their voice to be heard, right? If they wanted to come in, sit, talk about it, because they did post a YouTube video kind of outlining some of the stuff. I think I have enough questions that maybe there are answers for, or if not, just get it out to a larger group of people.
Sure.
And
there's also a giant question that's looming here for me is, why is this being handled by the local police department? This is an active duty service member. This should be handled by the military. This should be a military police jurisdiction.
what are you in JAG all of a sudden? Like, this
No,
sounded like
but-
Al Pacino and in any of these.
I mean,
you can't handle the truth. I'm like, what did you do? Who are you?
No, but I mean that is the way that this should work. An active duty military member getting in trouble is handled by the military. They don't go to normal prison, they go to a military prison. They don't get held by the local police department. They are brought to a military holding facility on a military base. I mean, it's a whole different world, and part of it is because they are trained to do things. If a military member, and my buddy went through this, which is why I know these specific things. My buddy went through it shortly before he was scheduled to be deployed for his first deployment. He was hanging out with some friends, and his friends got in an altercation, and some punches were thrown. Well, when the police showed up, they also brought the military police because active duty military members are trained to kill you with bare hands, which turns this simple assault into an attempted murder. And he had to go through the whole process of, getting taken down and getting booked in, and he had his deployment stripped until he could go in front of a judge and be like, look, this was self-defense. They attacked us. Like, we didn't, he ended up being deployed and coming home safely and everything. But that's the way that it handled in something like that. And now when you have a firearm involved, I got to assume that it's the same procedure. This is not handled by the local PD. It's handled by somebody who knows the actual situation and the military-specific laws. Because I do believe they're also governed by different laws while they are active duty, whether they are actually on base or not. I do believe there's like a different set of laws that apply to them as well.
Yeah, I have no idea. Sounds about right. If you were, if you were really going with that or whatever, I
mean, if you make it sound right, everybody will believe it, right?
Well, I don't know about that. We don't. We try and ask and beg everybody to
Right.
do the
And-
proper
and-
research.
And
See,
please fact check me on that.
yeah, because I'm looking at some of this stuff and I don't know. There just seems to be a lot of stuff that I don't know.
Right.
I'm kind of surprised why generally the NRA is really huge to jump in front of stuff like this.
Right.
Gun odor, service member protecting their house. I haven't seen a lot, and maybe because all the information isn't out there yet.
Sure.
So I would like to, if it was to please the family or to get it out. I'm sure a lot of people are interested in in this situation. So I told my buddy that asked me to reach out, and who knows, I'll throw it out there and see.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
Absolutely. Let's
I mean,
get
it'd be
him on,
interesting,
and especially because this is already out there, and it doesn't seem like they are really getting the chance to tell their side of the story. I mean, all we have are very speculative. Well, we were told this, and there were other things, but nobody's saying what those other things are. And yeah, we should definitely get them in here and hear their side.
Yeah. So that was a that was kind of a that was and I don't know. It'll be oh my god, the memes. My buddy Jason, you got the crying Michael Jordan as a meteor flying through. Like, dude, and leave it to us to just like, dude, we will make fun of anything. Like
we really will.
We really will. There's no shame in our game or whatever. Like, dude, the flying meteor Michael Jordan is awesome.
Right.
Like,
and it's awesome because we don't have to answer to anybody. So if you're offended by it,
yeah,
well,
and that was
take a joke.
All the places a meteor could hit, and it misses my ex's house. Oh, dude, see, we were taking the, hey, what the hell was that? What's going on or whatever, and then everyone's got cool. Dude, the meme world ought to be on fire tomorrow.
Oh God. Yeah, it's one of those. It is weird that it hit. Supposedly, it hit in the Downriver Taylor area.
Well, no. That was kind of initial, like, whatever, but they're saying, well, I don't know, the boom, and then it split up. See, nobody's saying exactly where or where
or if it actually hit,
or if it actually hit. All we've heard or confirmed is yes, it did enter. It was seen. It was heard.
So,
you think a sonic boom of that level would shake the ground here? Like, because people felt it.
I think it would shake houses. I don't know about shaking the ground, but my big questions are if it was that powerful, which it obviously was, how does it break up? But it also makes sense. If it did break up in the atmosphere and never actually impacted, that would make sense why nobody was like, hey, don't go home in Taylor tonight because you're going to get hit. If
yeah,
they
you
were
figure...
like, yeah, it's going to break up, and it's a big one, but it's going to break up in the atmosphere. And
yeah. Huh. I don't know. Kind of trippy, man. So yeah, so that's it. So, obviously we've got Meteor, we've got this. What else are we going to get into? Oh, I've got my first, God dang it. Why is everybody, hold on. I've got everybody.
This is a busy man right here.
Hi, you're on the air with the Bachelor Pad. How may I help you?
Hey.
What's going on?
I just got a call from the bar, and your best friend might need a ride, and I'm stuck here with Jonjo's in bed. I'm by myself. They don't want him to drive.
Okay, he's calling me. He's calling me right now. I just got a call from Rashad like 2 seconds earlier. I'm literally doing the podcast, and I'm on the air right now?
So are you?
Yeah, and so yeah, I was gonna say it. So are you at this moment? Did you hear or see the Meteor shenanigans?
I did not, but all of our neighbors did.
Balls, I know, and I'm at work and I'm inside and I can't look out and see it. I was so angry.
I didn't know nothing about it until I seen it on Facebook, and then my neighbors are like, "What was that?" I was like, "Am I too high?" I didn't feel nothing.
Yeah, but they're saying people all the way from Ohio, Indiana, all over that. I've seen the videos and it looks pretty neat, but it was kind of like cool breaking news to be doing radio and have this happen.
Yeah. Well, I'm the worst caller in for that to happen because I didn't see shit.
Okay, well that's what's up. Balls. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck here. I've got like another 20 or 30 minutes. I'll try and call him. You know what? I'll put him on the air too. Screw it.
Yeah, do that.
Oh.
All right, let me see what old Drunky McDrunkovich is all about and see what I can do.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye, later.
Well, this has taken a turn for the better, if I do say so myself.
Well, here's one thing you have to know. Like, I live in an all-Irish neighborhood, and you saw how my phone all started blowing up, out of nowhere?
Right.
There's a drive-home situation. The gentleman has the ability to do Uber. Obviously, he's not buying it. I don't know what's happening.
But we're going to find out.
But we're going to find out.
And we're taking you along for the ride.
And he's going to cuss me out for doing so. So, hey, sorry, everybody there in Radio World, but not only was today weird meteor falling from the sky that NASA or, any of our, scientific agencies decided not to hip us to, or, I don't know, they just took the day off. They weren't paying attention.
Now, is this going to be one of those, full moon deals where all of a sudden things get really crazy tonight?
I just want to know where the rocks are at because
Well, I mean, I want. Oh, not those kind of rocks.
not no, nothing like that. But and then in the middle of this, I just get 4 or 5 phone calls, which everyone knows we do the podcast from 9:30 to 11. And I answered that one because, okay, that's like the third one in a row. This is getting creepy. Please,
Right.
everyone's calling to tell me that my house was hit by the meteor. Be like, Jake, don't go to the house. It's going to freak you out. There's,
But
it's
just your house, your dogs are on the front yard. Just
everybody's
like, I don't know
cool.
what to
There's just
do.
a big, there's just a big green gem, stuck in the
Sticking out
top
of
of
your
your
roof.
house. Like, you're not going to be able to sleep there tonight, buddy. And all, so I guess it's not that. It's guess I have a drunken friend who needs a ride or is not complying with everyone telling him so. So I'm going to call him live on the air or call him back live on the air and see what this guy has to say for himself. Okay, what up, guy? You're on the Bachelor Pad Radio Live. What's going on, guy?
I don't know. Took a ride at the light.
Oh, okay. So you're in transit?
I'm in transit, yes. I am in transit.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say you've got the Uber app. I don't know why somebody couldn't have got this, but I got like 5 calls about you.
I know. These folks crazy broads.
Oh, nice. Who you got a lady driving you home or a guy?
I don't know. I got a fucking broad driving me home.
All right, man. Make it safe. Watch out for meteors, bro. There's stuff falling from the sky.
What's that?
Dude, there was a big meteor shower. Well, not even a shower, like a giant meteor fell from the sky. That's probably why you got a little drunker than you were supposed to.
Well,
Or Superman could be here. We don't particularly know.
there you go.
All right, get home safe, wise guy. It's all about the love, bro. All right, okay. So that crisis averted, and now we've got our buddy who had way too much to drink, and boy, oh boy, by 10:27 too. That's an early tap out.
Now, did you go to the bar way too early? Did you get off work and you said you'd go have one like I frequently do, and then you don't remember anything past 8? Or did you go at 8 and just kept going?
Yeah, that's day drinking, and that's why as an adult, day drinking can be kind of there's a lot of shenanigans that can happen.
Right.
Because day drinking seems fun and it seems, really cool, but you hit that swing at 7, at 7, 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, you're done by. Well, it's great to do it. You're going to a ball game and you're doing it before the game, and then you go to the game and now you're doing it after, and then you're in bed by 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Dude, I'm going to blame everything on a meteor strike now. Like,
Oh yeah.
look,
have
traffic
to.
was kind of crazy. There was a meteor. Like, well, I wonder how, part of the thing I mentioned the other day with Hawaii was when they started, asking, personal, like, hey, you were there. I don't know, but I'm, all I could say is fear. And, I was struck with fear, and which I kind of get it, but this is where
Sure.
this should be the sociopath hour, because you were told that you're a sociopath. I said I'm sociopathic, right? There are certain things, like I really care about animals. It's just human
Well,
beings.
yeah.
I'm like, you've got opposable thumbs. You can turn on switches and you
Right.
can make tools, right?
You don't need me to make you a sandwich.
That's right.
Like,
Unlike dogs, right?
Right.
Like if there was an animal, like if I saw an animal get hit on the side of the road,
you're gonna stop.
dude, I'm going to give birds CPR and I'm going to, come on, breathe. You can make it.
See, that's just how you get avian flu, man.
That's fine. Look at me, dude. I'm a solid creature. I can power through this. But yeah, when I was watching some of these reactions, I was looking at it and went, wow. Yeah, that's
But
like you're that struck in, you're struck with fear, and oh my God, like I get it, like, hey, fight or flight, everything seems to factor down very, very easily for me. Can I get out of this? And if not, can I go out like a,
Can I go out like a
a
champ?
gladiator? You know what I mean? Like I'm going to do something like I want it to be written. I want,
Right.
the next movie 300 written about me going,
Right. There will be songs written about Jake.
that's right. And, or just some nameless, faceless, Irishman who just, he fought off, a band of, 900 and whatever by himself and his crazy dog. Of course he lost, but boy, oh boy, he couldn't run fast enough, so he stayed and fought. I don't know. So I guess like being on Hawaii, right? You're on an island. Or
Yeah.
can't really get away too
what
quick.
do the preppers do there?
Doomsday preppers?
Yeah. Because it's not like you can just be like, all right, I'm going to New York. No, you're on an island, guy. You better have a boat or a plane or something.
No. You got caves, bro.
Dude, if a nuclear strike hits Hawaii, I'm not sure that caves are going to do much good.
But what are the odds it's actually going to hit Hawaii, right? Like, have you played lawn darts or even what's that game with where you got to throw the bean bags at the thing that everyone seems to like
Cornhole.
to play? Cornhole.
Yeah. But
You're chucking stuff like a madman at that, and even if you're good at it, you still hit the wood a lot, right? And you don't hit the hole.
Unless we're talking about North Korea, because I think that's a great analogy for North Korea at this point.
Their
is that
nuclear
they're
program
just-
is like
they're just
cornhole.
chucking shit at the hole.
They've got
and
the distance,
hoping it hits the wood.
which would screw everyone off pretty heavily too, because even if it hit the water, kaboom, right? It
Right.
hits the water and it goes, then you're creating, crazy. So again, in Jake's doomsday prepping, which I did go into last night, where Jason and I talked about it on the show. 2012, the Mayan calendar and the,
Sure, yeah.
I was like, no, like how could they have time and their calendar and everything down as close to the atomic clock, like horribly close. Like, dude, there's some, they knew something, like they were a much smarter, civilization than we gave them credit for,
Right.
even with all their stuff. And, I had a 2012, dude. I was like, if shit goes crazy, I was like, I'm going to assume, okay, there's either a flood or a tidal wave where we get hit by a meteor, go figure, or whatever's going on, right? That, okay, I need to get somewhere that's higher than sea level, just on the case of, water rising, and okay, that, and I was like, okay, there needs to be a fresh water supply, or as fresh as you could possibly get. Let's get away from the ground where everything will be tainted and go up a little bit. So it was the mountain ranges in New Mexico. And I went up at
Interesting.
where there are a couple settling lakes that are up on plateaus or whatever.
Okay.
So now, mind you, dude, this wasn't like, oh, I'm going to, I've been planning this for 7 years. This is me going into, wow, that'd be a trip. But I might be the only one who'd be, me and one of my crazy uncles and whatever, the only two that would be prepared. And I was like, oh, so if I did this and I picked an area. So if I was in Hawaii, if you think about it in Hawaii, number one, go, suck it up, right? Let's drink a Mai Tai and, and get a
Right.
fresh, pineapple and, call it a wrap, right? Or coconut or whatever.
Yep.
And-
Maybe try some of that crystal meth that they got down there, because
No,
hey,
the
you're
last
going to
thing-
die for 30 minutes anyway.
Well, the last thing you want to do is be too zooted, in that process. But
Oh man, that sounds great to me.
but if you okay, there's my cousin had lived over there for a while, right? He followed the Grateful Dead for a minute. He went out to California and through, Seattle and Washington and all this stuff. And then he went over to Hawaii and was like, dude, I'm going to live with the tree people. There's a bunch of people that live in trees, and they have like libraries in the trees, because every traveler that comes and lives with the tree people, you bring books, and everyone's naked. Like, you're living like,
Sounds amazing.
dude, which is totally trippy. If you get a chance to, look into or read into it. And my cousin actually did it, which is pretty gangster, right? So, but there's caves and all kinds of stuff, right? So, or, anywhere around, I have to believe that volcanic rock has to be pretty salty, right? And maybe there's
Yeah.
some kind of magical, like it can withstand the heat to a point, right? And it'll do, I don't know, but that would be my guess. If I was going to try and survive, if I was going to go, you know what? I got this. Hold my beer, right? I'll be right back. Psych, you're going to die, right? But I'm cool. I'm gone. Me and my dog
Now-
are going into a volcano.
Why hold my beer? Because I'm taking it with me.
Well, no, hold my beer. That's the classic meme of everything. Like,
Right,
oh, you
but-
think this is cool? Hold my beer.
I'm taking it with me. That's all I'm saying. Is I'm taking my beer with me, and you know what? Give me another couple of beers to the road.
Yeah, but see, you'd weigh yourself down and whatever.
Oh no, I chug 'em, man.
Great. So you're drunken, running through looking for a cave that you don't have properly marked by the tree people.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's about as good a plan as any.
I mean, think about it. You're probably going to die anyway. At least go out on top.
See, I would like to think I would do something very similar to like the movies where this is happening and they sit, pull up a lawn chair, crack a soda, turn the knob on the transistor radio.
Yep.
And very
watch the nuclear explosion in front of them as it vaporizes them.
Yeah, and very very much like Titanic with
right.
They're playing music as the thing. Like, look, dude, we're gonna go out there, swim or whatever. Screw it, let's play some music. Let's do what we love,
right.
and go out in that manner. So, I don't know, dude. What would we do here in Michigan? We're kind of screwed.
So,
what would you do? Like, okay, let's say the role was reversed, and the warning thing here, and dude, there's a meteor and whatever, and you guys are kind of ass out, right?
Right.
Because you get on the highways, we can barely drive in snow the way it is, right? You go up north, there's accidents like crazy.
Right.
Ohio doesn't like us. I'm fairly certain they try and close off the borders. Like, y'all stay up there.
It's interesting that you bring up north, because my biggest fear, I guess, it's not really a fear, but again, being someone who thinks about things logically and analytically, if there was going to be some kind of disaster, right? I can't plan for a tidal wave that I don't know when or where it's going to happen. I can't plan for X, Y, and Z. I can plan for a foreign country to detonate multiple nuclear warheads in our atmosphere, which would create a giant electromagnetic pulse that pretty much shuts down everything. And when I say everything, I mean there is no cars, there is no trains,
so it's kind of like you today without your phone.
Right. There are no phones. There are no... What I would do is I would take... I'd probably try to take the cats, but let's be honest, they're cats. I'd probably let them go and just say, all right, go, hunt, have fun, try not to die. I love you both. I would then put whatever I need to survive. So I've got a machete. I've got a couple firearms.
You just randomly have a machete?
I do randomly have a machete. It is amazing for camping, man.
Interesting things to know about Al.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
If you don't have a machete, you got to get a machete.
Okay.
Have you ever tried to take down weeds, like an overgrown bush or something? All right, so when we moved when we moved into our place in Canton,
sounds
there was
interesting.
a bunch of overgrown bushes and these giant weeds with thick stems, and I was like, that's dumb. I'm glad I have a machete. I got the machete, ironically, as a white elephant Christmas gift from my family. So that was pretty cool, but I've always had it, and it's a handy tool. It's very handy.
Okay, so
But
a machete,
you take it,
some Hot Pockets and whatever, and up north you go.
How do you cook the Hot Pockets, man?
I cook them before you go, bro. You can eat them cold. Don't act like you've not eaten leftovers, but okay.
No, man, you don't need any of that. We are in Michigan. We have deer. You're getting real meat.
I'm kicking it with the deer. I'm eating, cranberries or whatever.
Well,
okay.
you're going to eat some of that too, but, I mean, you see a deer.
I don't want to see nuclear reactive deer chasing me around. I think they're going to get back. You guys screwed everything up for us. You didn't see any deers detonating any bombs, or we didn't have anything. Get out of our woods, and as he's got glowing green eyes,
right.
and, all of a sudden has, a weird deer mohawk.
You do, and on that point, your berries are all irradiated too, so.
Well, so would the deer be.
Yeah.
The deer are going to make it, but not the berries?
The deer probably would have a better chance than the berries because the deer are moving.
Look, at this point, you're going to get radiation everywhere, so just go ahead and eat some berries, bro.
I mean,
you're going to be like the Incredible Hulk. Dude, imagine, dude.
That's the best outcome, right, is that you go to the woods in northern Michigan where – so I've plotted this out on, where do you detonate the nuclear warheads? And if you do it, you detonate them over, Denver, over L.A., kind of in that mid-region, because the blast will actually hit most of the United States. Now, pockets of the United States would still have power.
I really didn't see asking this question. I was kind of like, hey, look, if this meteor and whatever, and we had to do something, what would you do, right? And get out of the way. It's a huge meteor or whatever. Where would be your safe spot? And you just went into you've doomsday prepped the hell out of yourself.
Right. Well, I think you got to be prepared. Now, I'm not hoarding food supplies, which I guess in this scenario, you're right. I probably should be.
Water. Water. See,
right.
Look at me. Hey, I don't know how many people could tell from the side angle. Me versus you, I'm going to last a lot longer in the wild than you. I'm going to look like a Calvin Klein model in about 6 months.
Yeah, I would definitely get bigger, but I would need to find some food, right now.
Yeah. See, so technically maybe I'm doomsday prepping just for, for eating
Right.
and the fact that I had Jimmy John's earlier. That's going to buy me a couple of extra day or two in the wild.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I've got an energy
I
source.
came up here with Wendy's. I had my Wendy's.
Yeah, you did.
It's not very healthy, but
Yeah, it ain't sticking to you, bro.
I'm trying, man. I'm sure trying.
So-
no, but I guess if a meteor hit, it'd be the same plan. You'd go up northern Michigan. You've got wood and plenty for fires and for shelter. You've got animals and plenty. You've got clean water, and there's also not a lot of people up there, because the biggest problem that you'll ever have with any kind of natural disaster is other people. The statistics are something like within 3 days, there's going to be no food and no water and no nothing. And it's going to be absolute riots and just danger.
If
Get away from people.
Dude, if I'm gonna go with any with anything from every weird movie, like Will Smith, like when him and his German Shepherd were hanging out.
Oh yeah,
Right,
yeah,
that's the equivalent.
Legend.
I Am
no?
Legend. Yeah. I am not staying in a city. A lot of creepy stuff happens in the city.
Right.
Just like if you took now and you just escalated everything, a lot of weird stuff goes down in cities.
Right.
So I'm not going to go through whether it be a meteor holocaust or, nuclear holocaust or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, I agree with you. Now, I would like to be in the Southwest because I'm just going to go with a lot of our American Indians and a lot of whatever.
Yeah, that's
a lot
great
of people lived. And dude, seriously, if you ask me where the best of best would be the Grand Canyon. Like, get into a random cave
New
over
Mexico, Arizona.
Dude, a lot of stuff going over you, whatever. If any of the water does factor down, there's got to be some underground aquifers somewhere or something that, filter a little bit of the radiation out. I don't know.
But there's not a lot of fresh water down there.
Well, yeah,
Which
there's
is
not.
why I like northern Michigan.
Well,
because
that's good,
it's
but
all fresh water.
it
It's
really-
like 80% of the world's fresh water is right there.
Yeah, but it's got to be cold. I mean, I don't like the cold the way that it is, and then a
Wow.
nuclear winter or a
Yeah.
meteor winter.
But I think that's it, right? Nuclear winter. It's going to be cold everywhere.
Yeah, I guess.
Then again, I think if we have nuclear winter, we might as well just be the ones cranking up the transistor radio and not even trying.
Yeah, I don't know. This is crazy, dude. The world is getting more and more oddly surreal and realistic at an alarming rate.
Right.
Like, dude, seriously, this is like God particle stuff. Like,
Right.
oh, we've got all this craziness and whatever, and we got the Trump, and we've got this, and just meteor. Nobody knows a meteor's falling from the sky. It's Michigan. Don't worry about
No.
it. They're resourceful.
I wonder if this is like a natural thing, though. But again, because we're in Michigan, we're not paying attention to Tulsa, Oklahoma news, and this happened 3 weeks ago down
No,
there
dude,
or something.
Facebook and Twitter and, everything reported on this faster than our normal news.
Oh, well, they always do. 'Cause
Right.
It's crowdsourced news.
So we were already hip to it before and whatever. The fact that I mean, how is it like in the middle of summer? Hey, everybody, it's going to be 72 and sunny, and in northern, in Michigan, southeastern, lower Michigan, we're going to have this and that. And hey, guess what? We got a big treat for you. If you go ahead and look up and to the left from anywhere in Michigan, you're going to get a good look at the northern lights. And guess what? We've even got something cooler next week. We're going to have a meteor shower. Like, they're planning this crap out
Right.
weeks in advance.
But they're
And
not
we
like,
have
by the way, look up in like 20 minutes.
the size of a super Walmart crashes through our friggin', and not like one of these chintzy ones around here. I'm talking about one in the nice areas or like
Right.
in, like a California super Walmart, right? They
Right.
got big stuff out there. It crashes through our atmosphere and just boom and lets off the coolest light, like the initial pictures. And I think it has something to do with vaping, and I don't want to blame it on vaping. We've already had a rough go of it, but it's that iridescent color from beginning to end. Which it's kind of weird because you've seen everything in here and, and it's weird. Anything that's coming out new and that's shiny and you could pick a color, that iridescent hypercolor that's it.
Yeah.
How is it the meteor that flies over here or whatever is that exact? We didn't show you the picture. Wait until
No.
you look at it. Wait until you look at it when you get back.
Can we just talk about the possibility of aliens here?
Yeah, you want to go aliens on this?
Let's go aliens on this because
Dude, were you here when I was talking to the Yahoos and they
Yeah.
went, oh, take me to your leader? No, screw that. No, don't. That guy's a clown.
Yeah.
I just stopped here
Just-
because, dude, your
just
leader
talk
is
to me.
I'm fairly certain he's going to say I came from a shithole galaxy. And I came from, my planet cluster is a shithole and ours is the best, by far the best. And you
I've
know what?
talked to a lot of aliens, and this planet is the greatest. Okay.
I'm gonna run up to Canada and talk to Justin Thoreau. He seems like a smart dude. Dude, he's math skills. You know, he's like what was that?
Rain Man.
No, goddamn Napoleon Dynamite. I've got great
yeah.
math skills and skateboard skills. Dude, Justin Thoreau is he's a good statesman. I guess that is kind of sucky that if there was an alien on these comets, right? It broke up into 3 and they landed in in Canada, the United States, and Mexico. And they just, dude, you guys are shit out of luck, right? Both of you guys are batshit crazy.
Right.
We're going to go talk to the Canadian. Like, we are playing second fiddle. If
But-
somebody said, take me to your leader, you got to be kidding me. This guy?
But also think about how full of ourselves do we have to be that in the entire planet, aliens are going to decide to land here. They're going to look at all the places and all the world leaders and go, yeah, we're going to land in the United States. They look like they got their shit together.
Dude, that Chick-fil-A is awesome. I heard they just put a couple in Michigan. Let's go there. The lines can't be too bad. I don't know.
Honestly, if I'm an alien, I'm landing in Russia.
Yeah?
I want to go talk to Putin.
Why?
Because he doesn't give any Fs. He's like,
Yeah, but he
Oh.
sings angry. Like if you're an alien who's gonna get shot in the face or thrown in the gulag, that's gonna happen in Russia.
But you're also an alien, so I'm taking my chances. I'm gonna go be like, Mr.
Why wouldn't you
Mr.
go to Brazil and like
Is-
hang out with hot chicks?
Is he Mr. President? Is Putin?
I don't know.
Do we? If I feel like he's not, but I also feel like they have some kind of sham election every year. So I don't know. But Mr. Putin. My name is. I'm from the planet Zorp-Zop. We'd like to talk to you about a military expedition that we're doing through the Milky Way galaxy, and we're fighting these aliens. I'm not talking to Donald Trump. I'm talking to Putin. That dude would get on a magical flying unicorn spaceship horse and without his shirt and go like with his sword riding into battle with these guys. Donald Trump would be like, well, we've talked to a lot of great people, and they tell us that you do not give us enough money for this.
Yeah, you do know that is you're gonna have to pay for the parking of your Meteor / spacecraft.
Your Meteor has landed in Central Park. That will be $15 million a day, please.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, it's kooky. I mean, right now, dude, let's have like crazy meteors that nobody knows about. Let's get some, let's get aliens. Let's just get it all over with.
Let's go hog wild.
Yeah,
Let's do
dude,
it.
seriously, we can't keep going at this weird snail's pace of are they out there? What's going on with this?
Right.
Let's just get it. Let's get it over with. I want vampires. I want vampires.
It
I
would
want.
not surprise me if we just woke up tomorrow and they were like, aliens have landed in New Mexico and we have confirmed that they are here and they would like to meet with Trump. And then they were like, this guy is an idiot. And they went and they were like, we're going to meet with
how
Putin.
awesome would that be to go to bed tonight and wake up and find out that? But dude, what a good travel and publicity stunt for Michigan. That this thing was aliens, like Mork from Mork. I don't know if you remember the old Robin Williams.
Oh,
where
yeah.
They came in and it was the egg and he hatched and whatever. Dude, that would be awesome. Like, we've got aliens.
Right.
Screw you, Ohio.
Now,
in the face. Like, we've got aliens. Oh, the Buckeyes doing well this year? We've got
We've got aliens.
Yeah, right? Dude, that alien can chuck a ball, bro.
University of Michigan's new quarterback is a 8'11" giant from the planet X.
Oh, yeah, maybe there's something in the air because I'm feeling silly right now with the meteor dust or something, man.
Yeah, well, maybe it is a nuclear strike, and this is the first stage of radiation poisoning. And
Yeah, it could be.
I don't
Look
know.
outside, all the snow's melted. It's now like Miami outside. This is crazy.
Yeah, is that a palm tree?
Yeah. Well, speaking of this, I'm gonna go. We hit our allotted time for the show tonight. I don't know how much more we can clown on meteors. And look, I know some of you guys are listening, right? I've looked at the views. You guys are looking and listening, but you're also going through your phone looking at weird meteor memes, dude. I'm gonna say my favorite. I know you don't have a phone because you're a caveman or whatever the hell you are.
Yep.
The crying Michael Jackson meteor is by far the first one.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. What did I say?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson?
Although that would be a pretty
That would be a
funny
pretty good
too.
one, too. So
And we're not quite sure he wasn't from outer space. So
that is, maybe maybe they're coming to get him.
They came back for Charlie Sheen is what happened.
That very well.
They said his residency is over. It's time for him to come home.
He's got that space sickness, though. I didn't want to take that back out into space. He might be leaving him. But yeah, dude. So check out the memes. Like, dude, I'm gonna go home. Even while I was doing the show, I was going, whoop, and I'm clicking through, and that's where I saw the, the Michael Jordan crying Michael Jordan
Right.
meme. That's a good one. Like, dude, good job. I want to say good job to everybody out there because that crap brought me joy while I'm looking at it. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me, dude. And that was Jason. That was my buddy Jason who did the Michael Jordan. That is good. Oh, this makes me happy. Well, hey, I'm gonna go home and see if my house still exists, or if I've got a giant, whatever that thing that Superman had. What was that? Like kryptonite and the. It looks like green, in my world. So who knows? Maybe I have a meteorite sticking out.
Right.
I don't know if insurance is going to cover
you could be
that.
famous tomorrow. I feel like they have to.
What's that?
They have to cover that. If your house gets hit by a meteor, they can't be like, well, that's just
Who saw that coming?
That's not in your policy.
You live in Michigan. When's the last time a house got hit by a meteor? Normally they're little pebbles and stuff. You play marbles with them, not something that's sticking out of the top of your house. So I guarantee everyone who checked in is also looking at memes because dude, we got like earlier, like Ryder checked in from New York and was like, hey, tell the aliens, tell the aliens I said hi and whatever, and tell them to beam me up.
We'll send them out your way, Ryder. We'll tell them to go party with you for a while.
Oh, dude, if aliens wanted to go, like, just take a day, like if they had a day in between business, upstate New York is the way to go. Those people party and drink and hang out more, and Hot Dog Charlie's and the little Nathan's hot dogs or whatever.
I'm just going to throw this out there.
Hot Dog Charlie's? What?
I'm just going to brand us the official alien liaisons of 2018, and wherever they need to go, we will do a live broadcast with the aliens.
I'll take them directly to the strip club, dude. I'll
Right.
take them.
We're
to the
going
landing
right
strip.
to the landing strip, right?
Yep.
They're going to show up and be like, "So what do you guys do?" We're going to be like, "Well, let's show you what we do."
Yep, and we're
How
gonna.
much cash you got on you?
Dude, you're an alien, dude. I'll get it covered. I'll get it covered, bro. The amount
I
of
don't even know that they'd charge at that point.
they really would. What are they? I was like, dude, he's got a ray gun. You might want to stand down.
This
Stand
guy.
down. He's got that weird ET finger. Believe me, the ladies are gonna love him. All right. On that note, it's aliens. There we go. Yeah, Jesse Lynn chimed in, and she believes it's aliens also.
There you go. We've started it.
Seriously, dude, please, for the love of everything, let it be aliens tomorrow. Like, I want to wake up and go,
God. Yes.
let my dog out and see like weird little alien creatures wandering around.
Right.
I would so be cool with it. Yeah.
Right. Like that's what I wanted. I want to go to work tomorrow and just be like, so, you guys hear about these aliens? I recruited one. They built a hyperdimensional space drive, so I thought he'd be really good at writing code.
Yeah, well, dude, aliens code.
Right.
They could probably just look at stuff and code would come out.
They'd be like, so what are you guys trying to do? Oh yeah, we did that 300 years ago.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we got a lot of views. A lot of people, they like our, it's aliens and shenanigans, and yeah, no, dude, this is good. Well, and this is kind of what happens. Like, hey, all you random podcasters that that are chilling out and doing your once a week, twice a week show, have
Right.
fun talking about this in 2.5 weeks.
Right.
We literally walked into, hey, dude,
Yeah.
did you feel the ground rumble? And I heard Taylor got wiped off the map. Like, nobody really cared about Taylor. There's good people in Taylor. But, dude, I was hoping, like, nobody's business would, like, that we could go see a crater of some kind.
Right.
There are not many natural or,
If it's in somebody's backyard, I'm
extraterrestrial.
jumping a fence.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Dude, and this is where I was bummed out. Like, dude, my house, dude, would be like, screw the housing value. Dude, my house is the Meteor house.
Right.
I'll build a house around the Meteor. Like, dude, just
Right.
etch in a couple seats.
I'm sure
That's
the
pretty
government
dope.
would come in and be like, we're going to need to take that for scientific study.
Yeah, and and look at Graham. I don't know if Graham's sleeping already. I don't know if Graham's sleeping or whatever. But Jesse Lynn's, she might be taking on the new field reporter, tag. If it was a meteor, the flame would have intensified and blew up something. NASA would have announced it. Ha ha ha. So
Unless it's aliens.
yeah. And NASA was just like, screw it, all the shit we did, we thought it was a joke, like, balls. Or there's like 3 people left in NASA. There's the one dude in Houston and whatever. They're not
Elon Musk is out at the strip club just going, well,
Yeah,
I mean,
where
we've
where
been covering this stuff up for like 80 years. Let's
Where-
just let this one ride.
where is Elon Musk? Right, we've talked about him possibly having some alien DNA.
Right.
He doesn't seem to, he seems kind of beep boop boop
Ooh.
push.
Are they coming to take him home?
That's what his ride is here. Did you give him electricity? Did you give him Did you give him the solar panels? Right, you told him all this stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't listen. Okay,
right,
fine. We
yeah,
go
let's
back.
go.
Let's go.
We tried.
Jake, you're your own kind of alien. Oh, and it shook your house. Good job. Little Colin chimed in. He got the shaky house. I'm kind of leave it. Dude, why do I feel the need to help people quit smoking so intently that I miss the ground shaking and
Yeah,
the
how
big
dare
flash?
you just be a good human being?
Balls.
You need to just stop all of that and just sit out in your front lawn with a Pabst Blue ribbon and wait for meteors, man. Get a tinfoil hat.
Jesse
Aliens are coming.
Jesse just said, and Aliens was just in a live news video. Did you all see that one? I didn't. Now, not only, dude, if there are aliens running around and they're doing news and press conferences and we're
Right.
stuck here doing a
We're-
goddamn podcast, you all are going to have to start paying for this eventually. Like, I'm missing out on a lot of life
Right.
while there are aliens being
If there
interviewed.
are aliens doing interviews right now, somebody needs to get them over here. Like
Yeah, bro.
we're going to take our equipment and just go to wherever they
Yeah,
are.
dude, I don't care. This crazy the long arm thing,
Right.
like, yeah, dude, no.
I'll
yeah,
be
we-
holding it like a boom mic.
Yeah. Al, just hold it above me. Dude, I'm sitting down. I'm like 7 foot tall. Don't
Right.
worry about it.
It's on my knee, man.
Oh.
We're good.
Yeah. No, this is good, man. Well, at least this was fun. I mean, we tried to veer off the meteor. Like, okay, I think we said everything we can about the meteor until we just went, nah, for real. We just had
It's a meteor, man.
yeah, but it had to have been a pretty kick-ass big meteor.
Right.
Meteors fall all over the time.
But like, we don't get this. This is Michigan. We don't get meteors in Michigan. We don't get tornadoes in Michigan. What is going on with the world?
Yeah, I don't know. It's random. I don't know. I'm gonna hold out for aliens.
Yeah,
Or, dude, how kick-ass would that be to find the giant, like, oh, I found this. It's probably a meteor pebble or something. There's got to be a huge pieces of rock somewhere.
Right.
Like, somebody's got to start reporting, like, their Kia just got squashed by.
I'm gonna bring in a
Or how
piece
about
of
that
volcanic-
Volkswagen? No, dude, the VW people, the Volkswagen people, those are what you call it, that
the-
commercial.
Yeah.
What the hell? What does VW know? What do the Germans know about this?
Right.
You're talking about the Russians. I talked about Rio because hey, who
well,
doesn't
pretty
like
women.
Yeah, who doesn't like
Tell you what.
they have very good tan lines there in Rio de Janeiro.
Ooh. Tan lines. I thought it was all tan.
Oh, see, look at Jesse. Dude, she needs to. You might have to move over, Al. She's right on. She's right on pace.
she's right on it.
She's like aliens. Do y'all really believe in aliens? Question mark. And what if it isn't just rocks? What if it's an alien spaceship? Aha, dude,
Exactly, that's
you're
what
right
I'm
there with
saying.
you. That's what. What are you talking about? New Mexico, Doug? Oh, New Mexico. That's where I was planning my. Great Escape.
New Mexico's a great place.
And that's Area 51. Area 51's in New Mexico. Yeah.
Nevada.
Is it Nevada?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, where I'm going out to see my cousin is right just north of
Well, go say hi to
New
some
Mexico.
aliens for me. Go ask if their brothers even.
I
called
got
them
a
and
better
said,
I got a
like,
better
hey,
chance
man.
of stopping at the 7-Eleven and running into an alien.
Right.
No pun intended, because of the raids they did, and they took everyone.
No,
Dude,
yeah,
I don't know if that was.
I did see that today.
Yeah,
and-
that was that was weird and funny and topical at the same token. Well, on that note, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go drive around and see if I can't find some aliens. My car, I just got my car back, and it's a lot like a spaceship.
There you go.
It is the
They'll-
Silver Surfer. It
They'll
looks like
stop
a.
you. They'll be like, brother.
Yeah, like
came to
you
pick
see
us
him,
up.
you see a tree and you see the long, ET finger like they're hitchhiking. Dude, get in, bro. Now,
Yeah.
mind you, I am going to take you to the strip club because nobody's going to believe this.
Right.
The chicks are really going to dig
And-
that I
and
came
you're
in with an
gonna-
alien.
You're gonna find a way to get a hold of me and be like, the aliens are at the strip club. You need to get here now.
ASAP.
Like,
Is that code? Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's
it
code.
is. Well, on that note, we're gonna go chase around and see if we can't find some aliens. I hope you see anyone weird or whatever. Be nice to the aliens. Be cool.
don't blow it for all of us, man.
Okay, no, I'm gonna have my phone. It's charged. I'll have it plugged in. I'm going alien hunting on the
I'm
way
gonna go
home.
find my phone.
Yeah, you might need to go find your phone. Leave it to you. You're gonna run into an alien and not have your goddamn phone,
Right.
Al.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna go party with the aliens.
Or the aliens could have found us. Jessie may be an alien. We've been talking all this smack.
Ooh.
She created a Facebook profile and whatever, and then creeped
Right.
in. She could be an alien.
Well, you know, she
she
could-
just said, or they could find you.
She could have been planning this for a long time, and she had the profile and everything ready to go. She knew who to talk to, and
Yeah. Oh, we didn't. Tomorrow we're gonna get into our first troll. Oh, here's Graham. If y'all got aliens at the strip club, let me know. Dude, I need it. My buddy was he was complaining yesterday. He was like, "Dude, it's Monday. I got a ton of girls and no guys. Why did I just sound like Rodney Dangerfield?"
I don't know.
But I did just kind of.
But, you know,
maybe it's the aliens.
It's the aliens, man.
So he was like, "Man, what do I do?" And I was like, "Dude, run some drink specials. You know, run. You know, no cover until 11. I don't know. Do something." I'm gonna call. What day is it? Tuesday? Is he not working on Tuesday? Is he working on Tuesday? I don't know if he's working on Tuesday. But dude, whatever strip club right now is like, dude. The aliens are here. They have landed. They're at X, Y, and Z strip club. Come see the aliens, dude. Just get an alien mask and the ET finger, bro.
Right.
And
you know, we'll just put me in a full alien suit. I'm tall enough. I can just walk around. Beep, burp, zork.
Yep. No, that is a great deal. Well, hey everybody, thank you for chiming in and listening to Meteor/Alien Talks. I know we talked about something in the middle, but I can't even recall what it was because now I'm going alien hunting. Check back with us tomorrow, 9:30, 9:30 Eastern time, and we'll let you know if we found any aliens. Psst. I think I'm going to get you an alien head and whatever. We're going to sit here and interview, or that kid who was here because he could be an alien.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. So that's it. I'll let everybody know. Stay tuned. If I run into any aliens, yeah, maybe the aliens climbed up Trump's wall. That's maybe that's what it is. He called him in. He was like, "Dude, they work for cheap, really cheap.
Yeah.
I can come in under budget and ahead of schedule." On that note, this is the Bachelor Pad Live, Facebook Live. Everybody, go find an alien. Good night.